Alright guys, so I tried to make this video a couple times. This shit just ain't working out. Getting tongue tied. This shit this shit's not working out. So we're gonna make this. I'm gonna try to make this short and make this one. So whole point of this video today is to discuss what makes an effective point guard. And what makes an effective point guard in any era is to be able to take what the defense gives you and capitalize on it. Right now, Lonzo can only do two things that will threaten the team. He can thread the needle on long-range outlet passes for easy buckets, and he can shoot the three-point moderately okay, enough to where you have to give him a tad bit of respect. Like, and what I mean tad bit of respect, like, oh, he's shooting the jumper, I need to close out. You know, back in the LA days, it was kind of like, that nigga gonna shoot a jumper, go ahead. Have at a guy, go ahead. Shoot that. You know, so to be an effective point guard in modern day NBA, what I believe you need to have offensively, I think, and this is just me, if you don't agree, that's fine. I think you need to have handles, you need to have IQ, you need to be able to pass the ball, and you need to be able to score at all three levels. Of the stuff I listed, Lonzo really only truly does one of those at a high or elite level in my eyes, and that's passing the ball. He's good at a jump shot. His handles are above average to me. And some people will argue they're average, but I don't think they're average. I think they're just above average. IQ is there too. But other than that, he's missing several key components to his game. Let's have this conversation, right? So if you're playing Lonzo, what are you concerned about? You're concerned about the open three, and you're concerned about the outlet pass. Pretty much, if you could prevent the outlet pass, the only thing you're worried about is making sure you close him out whenever he's you're worried about closing him out whenever he takes this jump shot. Now there may be some people that's like, okay, but what about his passing in the half court? We'll get into that. Lonzo's passing in the half court is brilliant, but it's not the best. He's hampering himself by not having an offensive game. Let me have that discussion with you. If we're gonna have a pick and roll, and let's just say Lonzo somehow gets separation due to a proper pick or whatever his handles, what are you worried about? What are you willing, when you're on the defense, this is what you're thinking. What am I willing to let Lonzo Ball do? Some people may say that nigga can take any fucking shot. I don't give a fuck. Everybody say this nigga can take a layup for all I give a fuck. That nigga ain't gonna hit no layup. You know, they be like, oh, that nigga take a mid range. I ain't worried about it. But they probably be like, okay, we're not gonna just give the nigga the layup. Okay. Still fine. You say, let that nigga take a mid range. How many times a game is Lonzo gonna take a mid range? Crickets? Oh. Thought I heard some crickets. He's not gonna take that. He's not gonna take that shot. And one of the things we learned in the playoffs, the mid-range is very fucking effective. It is an effective ass shot, especially if they're gonna give it to you. So what Lonzo has to do, okay, I don't know what. Okay, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. My bad, y'all. But if he's not going to take those mid-range jump shots, That's a problem. I'll give y'all a comp. Ben Simmons. What are you worried about with Ben Simmons? Damn sure ain't worried about that nigga taking a three or a jump shot. So what do? You pack the paint. You pack the paint. Haha, Ben Simmons gonna take a jump shot. How silly. Go ahead. But you can't be effective. All that shit was gravy for Ben Simmons when he first came into the league. They was like, oh man, look at him, he can attack the basket. Then they start thinking about, wait a minute, why are we not packing the painted area? Because he won't take jump shots. Then they started packing the painted area. Now it's like he won't take jump shots and it's hurting the rest of the team. So let's take a look at Giannis. Giannis the same way. Giannis won't take the jump shots. He'll take the three. I'm gonna be fair. He'll take the three, but he's not much of a threat. You're willing to give him the three. You're as a defense, if you're making Giannis shoot threes, you've won. If you hit him, you say, "Hey man, good shot," and you live with that. Lonzo, their main thing is, okay, he's not really going to attack us seriously anyway. Just wait for the dump-off pass. For a point guard in today's era, any era, to be truly effective, they need to be able to hit from all three levels. He hit a respectable 37%, but you know what they say? He's not consistent. I don't know how you're not consistent with 37%, but okay, fair enough. 37.5%, 38%. So, and I've been on you guys about Lonzo shooting a higher percentage. I think, and I can't remember the game. I remember somebody was saying, one of the commentators, it's like, it won't be this year, but it will be the next year where it's like, he's killing. I agree. I think this year is the year his jump shot, his three is smoking hot. I think this is the year when it's like, oh, that 41% UCLA, yeah, I think this is the season. But let's get into that. Lonzo, if we look at what happened in the playoffs this year, James Harden and players like him that only took threes and layups struggled and found themselves in situations where they had no answer to their opposing defense. The players that were willing to take those mid-ranges along with the rest of the shots excelled these playoffs. Jimmy Butler in particular, you know, even though you'll be like, oh, well, he didn't have these monster numbers. What did he do in the finals? In the finals, he was cooking at mid-range. He would take some threes. He was taking threes that this finals that he wouldn't take in the rest of the postseason, but he took them. And he was making them at a high enough clip they had to respect him. But Jimmy was hitting mid-ranges threes and getting to the buckets. What did his stat line look like? He was averaging, it was like 29, 10 or 29, 9 and 8. Like, that's Steph. That's Steph in the finals, basically. But without the defense. But Jimmy had the defense. So, if you're going to be effective in this league, you're going to need to be able, as a point guard, you need to be able to take all those shots. But let's take it another step further. So, you're going to be matched up. Let's look at some of the matchups that the Lakers had this postseason. So, in particular, the bigs. Hassan Whiteside, and I can't remember the other guy in Portland, who I think is Yusuf Nurkic. Now, when they had to, when you have to play against them as a point guard, they're not going to come out and guard you on the 3-point line. Okay, fine. But let's say you beat your opposing point guard off the dribble and you get past them. You're in the mid-range territory now. Those guys ain't coming out there to check you. That's an open shot. Even if Dame or somebody want to come up behind you and try to contest, they can't really contest Lonzo. He's too big. He's got them by like 4, 5, 6 inches. He's just way too tall. And he can jump high enough. Like, they can't do anything about that. Okay, so check this out. Imagine this. That situation happens 3, 4 times in a row. Coach might call a timeout. What do you think the coach is going to say? Look, guys, you can't, he's hitting a jump shot. My bigs, Nurkic, Hassan, you guys, if he gets past him, you have to contest. You have to contest. He cannot get those shots. Make him go to the basket. Okay, fine. They come out. Pick and roll, whatever. Or Lonzo just beats Dame off the ball. Nurkic comes up to defend. Dump off pass. Easy 2 points. Come back down the floor again. Pick and roll. They come up. Lonzo, another dump off pass. Okay. Now they're getting frustrated. Come up there again. Pick and roll. Instead of a dump off pass, he goes and makes a Euro step and goes for the layup. How do you think they're going to respond defensively? Now, obviously, this isn't realistic in the sense that, okay, he's just going to get the ball every time he goes down the court. I got that. But the point that I'm trying to get you to realize is you manipulate the defense and cause enough threat that they have to focus in on you. So now, consider who his teammates are. Let's say he did a pick and roll with Derek Favors. And let's just say the guy that came to contest was on Zion. Okay, let's try another situation. Let's just say he's in a pick and roll, he's taking those mid-range shots, but maybe the guy that comes off to guard him isn't Zion's man. What if it's, what's the guy's name? Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza just left who? Brandon Ingram. Now what does Brandon Ingram get? Open shots. The importance of you as a point guard is you have to out IQ everybody else on the floor, but your presence too, especially on a team like the Pelicans, is you have to be able to pull enough threat to help Zion's game and Brandon Ingram's game, not just them but everybody else. You know, if you go look, and let me put it this way. You don't have to average 20 points a game to do that. Lonzo is good if he gets 14 to 18. Anywhere in there, he's fine. 14 to 18 a game is enough where they have to respect him. The higher he gets, great. He's at that 16, 17, 18. That'll get you paid. 16, 8, and 9, and then like 6 or 7. That's an all-star. Especially with his defense, that is a goddamn all-star. Historically, I'm going to give you 3 point guards. Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd, John Stockton. If I'm not mistaken, Stockton was 14 and 10 or 14 and 9. Jason Kidd was 13 and 8. And Magic Johnson, I think, he's either 18 or 19 and 9 or 18, 19 and 10. But if you look historically, the point guards that he's modeled after, the past first point guards, the IQ guys, they don't get major buckets. And I get it. You're like, okay, this is a different league. It's not really a different league. It's just their strategy, their means of attacking and defending is slightly different. It's still basketball at the end of the day. If Lonzo can hit every shot, and I'm not saying, okay, he has to be able to be in the post and post the bigs. No. But what I'm saying is, if they're going to give him the mid-range, he has to be able to hit mid-range shots. If they're going to give him the 3, he has to be able to hit the 3. If they're going to give him the lane, he has to be able to hit the lane. If he can hit all of that, and he can pull gravity, he can get the defense's attention, the rest of his skills are going to enhance. You thought he was passive before? What happens? Okay, I put it like this. He's making amazing passes when the defense is playing him tight. What the hell you think is going to happen when he's got threat on him? He's getting 2 people. He's commanding doubles at times. And he can get to whoever he needs to. What do you think that's going to do for the rest of the team? He has to get better, as it will make the team better. Until then, he's just going to be another cog in the wheel, and they can exploit him at times. I want Lonzo next season to be 44-45 field goal shooting. If he gets 14 points a game or if he gets 18 points a game, that's irrelevant to me. As long as he's somewhere in that range, great. 44-45% from the field, 41% from three. I don't want all of his shots to be threes. I'm fine with him taking 6. If he wants to bring that down to 5, he wants to add another one, that's great. But I want to see 4 mid-range shots a game. I want to see another 3 or 4 attacks to the basket a game. I'm not asking or saying Lonzo has to sit here and go and get 30 points a game, get a triple-double. No. But he just needs to be threatening enough that teams have to respect him. So much so that will elevate the stuff that he was God-given blessed with, which is his passing. So, this is going to be the end of my video. Lonzo got to score at all 3 levels. Go look at the tape. KP was a monster, even though he got hurt. Anthony Davis was a monster. Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, even though they got knocked out in the first round, monster. Jimmy Butler, monster. All these guys that was hitting the mid-ranges and attacking. Jason Tatum was a monster, even though they didn't make it. You know, you gotta take the shots that they give you. You just can't pass up shots or be scared to take these shots. And for Lonzo and the Pelicans to truly be what we think they are, Lonzo, you got to take them shots, man. Take them. Work on them this offseason. And I know you're doing it, but work on it, work on it, work on it. Not just for you, but for the benefit of the team. Any team you're on, even if you end up out of New Orleans and on another team, bro, you need those skills because those skills will get you paid. Peace.